I still go to the cinema because there are some movies that are not available online yet. Because during my free time, I would like to watch movies at home with the website that has offering a lot of free movies. If not, I would go to the cinema because it's a new released movie and I would like to spend my time alone in a big room, pitch black, and like the sound environment that is so good that can make me be immersed in the movie so I can enjoy it myself. My most memorable cinema experience is when I was a young teenager back in Malaysia. I would always look forward to new Marvel movies. So I would always ask my friends to hang out. And yeah, it's always a fun time for us to hang out because the mall is where we always hang out because we don't have cars, we don't have public transports to go around where we want to go. So I feel like the mall is the most efficient place to hang out. So the only thing we like to do in the mall is like to watch movies. So whatever new movies came out, we would always go and watch movies together. I think if cinemas disappeared, it's really a good thing for it to keep it. And the building is really important where, the memories are there. But to make people know that this place was a cinema, it's good to put a notice board like a museum.
True.
Yeah,
They have
to
been
let them
doing that,
know
yeah.
that this was a cinema and they can read some facts about it. Yeah, because I didn't know there's a lot of places in Melbourne that used to be a cinema. And obviously, when I pass by, it doesn't look like a cinema anymore. And when I researched online, I was surprised that it was a cinema last time.
I don't really go to cinema anymore because honestly, I feel like most movies these days are pretty boring. But when I was younger, I used to go to the movies a lot with my friends. Later, when I got a bit older, I started seeing the cinema as a perfect place for a date. You know, most cinemas are inside shopping malls, so the routine was great. We could grab some food, do a bit of shopping, then watch a movie, and wrap up the day in the best way. Well, I'm gonna say my very first cinema experience was super memorable. I was really young, and one evening after dinner, my dad suddenly said he'd like to take me to the movies. The film was Ice Age, and it was the first time in my life watching something on a big screen. Everything felt so magic. It was also the first time I smelled popcorn and tasted too. Now that I'm older, my dad and I don't get spend as much time together, so that memory feels even more precious. Well, back in the days before streaming, people in China loved going to the cinema. For couples, it was the go-to-date spot, but it was also just a popular way to relax after work or study. But ever since streaming platforms came along, cinemas have gradually been replaced. One thing I remember really clearly is that tickets used to be quite expensive for the movie, especially compared to now. And the equipment back then definitely wasn't as advanced as it is today. So I'd say that these days, people generally prefer watching films and shows at home online.
Not really. I prefer watching movie in streaming service like Netflix or watch our Disney Plus. Cause I mean, cinema is really expensive, the ticket.
I sometimes go to cinema. I like going cinema to watch movies. I recently watched the F1 the movie and I really liked it. And I also saw the interview that sound director said like they put lots of efforts to make audience feel like they're actually driving the F1 car like that. The music and the sound was really incredible in the cinema.
Yeah, when I was young, I used to go with my family, because at the time the only chance to watch a movie was like going to cinema, or like on the TV show there's a like specific time that movie like release, so we usually go to cinema to see a movie. Recently, just watching streaming service.
I think in past there were only like movie streaming in the cinema, I think, but these days there are lots of options to watch. I reckon, like behind the scene of the K-pop artists concerts or like documentaries like that. So there were a moment that one dating show became really popular, and the last episode was even shown in the cinema.
Maybe the atmosphere that place gave me, because it's really big and dark. Like, I mean, that place like give us like immersive like place to
Experience?
us. Yeah, experience.
Yeah, same. Like the popcorn smells,
Mm,
and then like going to the cinema with friends or families.